Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with my business partner, co-host, James Mason. Good morning, James.
Todd, you're supposed to ask me how I'm doing today. It threw me off.
Good morning, James.
Todd,
how are you doing today?
Oh, Todd, good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well also. Just thought we didn't have a whole lot to talk about. I thought I'd just change it up a bit.
Yeah. Well, we should actually have just took a show from sometime this week and just replayed it. Yeah, guys, we know it. We're going to talk about Russia. We're going to talk about SPY. Yeah.
Oh, Russia and spy and Russia, spying on Russia, Russia spying on us, Russia spy.
It's all right. Brian Latchford, thank you for the tip, sir.
There we go. Look at that. We haven't had a tip in a while. It's
hey, Brian. Right?
Yeah.
Now I do hold EJH, and I'm upside down on it. I mean, I don't have much. I just have a couple thousand shares. And it was going to be a multi-month hold. So I'm just going to kind of let it do whatever it's going to do. But when I saw that,
you just bought a few shares. You got 50,000.
I mean, if I wasn't caught up in one ticker, I probably would have. Well, actually, not for EJH, since it's a Chinese stock. But I do have a couple thousand shares in that ticker. But when I saw that order come through for 87,000 shares after hours, that late after hours, and I was just actually telling Todd this, like, I had EJH up on my chart for no particular reason at all. I wasn't even looking at it. I don't even know why.
How was it there then? How did you stump? I mean, how did you type in those three letters to get that on your chart?
I was probably just shifting through my watch list, and I mean, because it isn't on my watch list, but it's probably just shifting through it and just randomly stopped and just had it there. And I was actually playing Grand Theft Auto, and I saw it happen, and I looked at my chart on my other monitor, and I was like, that's odd. Well, because at first I had 15-minute candles up, and that's just how my charts are set up default. And potentially, I mean, I don't know, like I may have like opened up a new browser and it was just there by default. But whatever. But I was sitting there, I had it on the 15-minute chart. And I started noticing out of the corner of my eye, like a candlestick growing. And I looked over and I was like, what the hell? And then I looked back, and then, I was messing around with my game, and I looked back over again, and I saw that someone had just bought 87,000 shares. And I just thought that was weird, because they did just get a notice of delisting. And I was like, something is up here. And that's when I just kind of like, just basically said, put eyes on it. And here we are. Let's show my chart. So this is the candlestick I was actually talking about right here. And so if I was to, let's see. All right. So this is how it looked for me right here. I started seeing this candlestick coming out of nowhere, just growing. And I was like, that's weird. And again, I had it on the 15-minute chart. But this 5-minute candle right here had almost 63,000 shares in it. And the 15 had 87,000. And I mean, for real, it was just like out of nowhere. And then surprise, surprise. Here we are, pre-market, pushing up, and they dropped some news. Which, let's just be honest. If someone was buying here at the end of after hours, they obviously knew about this news that was going to come right here. And you know what? I don't even know why I'm explaining this, Todd, because the stock market is all about being free and fair and no manipulation per the SEC.
We should run a podcast and we'd call it Free and Fair Market.
Yeah, free and fair market.
And the show would be just about how it's not free and fair.
Yeah. So this person right here, I'm sure this was just coincidence that they just wanted to buy all them shares, and there was no insider trading going on.
Well, that guy has no connection to the company directly, but his neighbor's uncle's best friend's cousin's boyfriend,
who just opened up a Robinhood account and
put $20,000 in there.
Yeah, and then they lucky, I guess. But yeah, I mean, really, the best way to trade is to just have insider trading information. It's the only way.
That's a joke. That was a joking comment.
All right. So yeah, that was a EJH.
Tony's asking what's up with pound cake. Today is National Pound Cake Day. So there's not much going on in the market. I like to throw a picture up there. It's regarding one of the national calendar days. It's also the only day of the year, little trivia question, the only day of the year that has a command. March 4th. Could incorporate into a dad joke, but I didn't. I just was giving you.
I was really just wanting to hold that silence for so long just to make Todd feel awkward.
No, you. It's hard to make me feel awkward.
All right, man. So, how about Russia? How about the spy?
What's going on with Russia?
Oh. Man, it's just crazy to. Now I need to look into this better. Obviously, everybody knows about, the Russians supposedly shooting at the nuclear reactor in Ukraine last night, and it was on fire. Now, the reason why I say I need to look into this a little bit deeper is I read all the reports, but I didn't actually see any footage or anything like that. Todd, you stole my camera.
I know. I don't know what I did.
Took my charts too. All right. So I didn't actually see any video footage or anything. I just read the reports, and the reports made it sound like the Russians were just going ham on this nuclear reactor, blowing it to shit. And I don't really think that was the case. I think there was just, as I read reports all the way until 4 a.m. this morning, as they kind of came in, I was reading reports, and at first it kind of seemed like they were just going ham on this nuclear reactor, and then it kind of just seemed like, oh, there was just a firefight in the area, and the Ukrainians were hanging out around the nuclear reactor. So of course the reactor and the complex is going to take direct hits. But it wasn't like they were just bombarding it the way the news made it sound. So again, I didn't see any footage. I need to see actual footage to kind of give an accurate assessment. But man, the market did sell off pretty good. And I mean, it is serious stuff. I mean, you don't want anybody shooting at a nuclear reactor. I mean, that's kind of a given. But at the same time,
why?
Yeah. At the same time, it's kind of common sense. You don't have armed conflict around nuclear reactors. That's common sense. Now, while saying that, if I'm just going to be playing the devil's advocate here, if I was Russia and the Ukrainians were within this nuclear reactor, popping off shots at me because, hey, they're not going to shoot back at me because I'm in a nuclear reactor. Well, you know what I would do? I'd absolutely blow the shit out of you in that nuclear reactor. I mean, it's like I'm not going to let you destroy me just because you're hiding behind a nuclear reactor, thinking that I'm not going to shoot at you. So,
would that be a little defeating?
What's that?
If you blow up a nuclear reactor, when you would create
the nuclear fallout.
Yeah, I want to say some fancy word for it, but it's like that would be like you'd be game over.
Yeah, but it's game over anyways if you can't defend yourself back. If someone is using a nuclear reactor as their little base, essentially, to pop off shots at you, to attack you, knowing that they're putting you in a bad situation. Well, they're putting everybody in a bad situation. They're putting you in a situation where they can shoot at you, but they know that if you shoot back at them, you can risk the chances of destroying this nuclear reactor. It's just one of those losing situations. And again, playing devil's advocate, if I was Russia, I'm not going to let somebody sit there and pop off shots at me just because they're hanging out in a nuclear reactor. Like, this is not going to be how you're going to win this war, because you want to hide within a nuclear reactor thinking I'm not going to do anything to you. I'm going to take it to the limits, and I'm going to shoot you back. And if bad stuff happens, then, well, you shouldn't have been hiding out in a nuclear reactor. So I don't know. I'm kind of neutral on that part right here. This is why I say I need to actually see some, like, I don't know, some kind of footage. Yeah.
Some intel.
Yep.
Some confirmation.
Yeah, I need to see the truth instead of reading about it in the news.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like the news lies to us.
Well, yeah. Is it? I read somewhere that there's talks again, and the talks had some type of what do you call it? A truce, some type of truce where they'd cease fire for a little bit.
Oh, it was basically like a humanitarian ceasefire.
Let some people escape or move themselves out of harm's way.
I'm not really sure how that works when the firefight's still going on around you. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Governments and militaries tend to say a lot of crap, make a lot of agreements, and still continue to do the same shit.
So it's no secret. I mean, clearly the media and the way they use the media and the way they communicate information is part of the chess game. They release information that they want us to hear, or they want media to report, which helps them create a smokescreen for what may or may not be going on.
Oh yeah, whoever controls the media controls the narrative. That's why anytime you go to take over like an area, a nation, or whatever it may be, a lot of people think that no, you need to go attack a certain part of the country, a certain building, to go after a certain person. No, what you need to do to get control first is take over all media, take over the airwaves, the news stations.
So that's why Elon Musk tweeted yesterday or the day before, said that they are the only non-Russian provider of internet and high-speed satellite, and that to be careful using it or be careful staying on it, because he expects his Starlink satellites to be targeted.
If his actual satellites are targeted in space, man, that's all. You're talking about a space war,
That's advancing the stakes.
Yeah, that's advancing any kind of warfare that we've had so far in history of mankind.
Yeah.
Like, once it becomes to the point to where nations are dropping other nations' satellites out of the sky, man, It totally it will totally change the dynamics of everything in life. It will literally alter life. At some point, there's going to be a satellite that gets taken out, and that satellite controls communications systems for hospitals, things like that.
Network grids,
Yeah,
water dams, power,
it'd be devastating.
utilities,
It'd be worse than the nuclear fallout.
air traffic controllers, bus systems, subways.
Yeah,
Your
it will
ATM.
literally be worse than nuclear fallout.
Yeah, I always say it's all fun and games until they take away your PIN.
Until what?
They take away your PIN, your 4-digit code to get into your ATM
Oh,
other stuff. It's like they turn the internet off. We're effed
yeah. Mm-hmm.
in a lot of ways.
All right, so
we're less than 11 minutes to the market. Exciting show today, James. Good job.
It's been the whole week, man.
I know.
During crap in the pre-market.
I was telling James when we were talking the pregame that the top 4 tickers on my scanner all had less than 20,000 shares traded. It's like they were the top 4 movers, and they were dead. I mean, there was no volume.
Yeah.
The market it's almost like it's in a freeze frame.
It's almost like it's going out of business.
That's an interesting choice of words.
Like if the stock market was a company and it's going out of business, like you show up and you're just like, man, where's all the inventory? Are you guys even open?
Yeah,
that's how I feel. But yeah, so obviously we're taking a hit on the SPY. I mean, we can obviously see on the daily chart, and the SPY shouldn't even be this right here. We should be under 400 already for the SPY, but we know the Federal Reserve is coming in and saving it, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, like the other day where Jerome Powell literally said, "Yeah, we are raising rates," and the market went bullish, and who knows why? But I don't know. Let's talk about something more important. Let's talk about like something in the future.
We're about 9 minutes to the market.
Let's talk about like gaming stocks. Yeah, gaming, like online gaming, and the stocks involved with it. That's actually what I'm going to start focusing on in the future.
You want to become a sports bettor?
Oh no, not that. Like actually, like video games.
Oh, I thought gaming. I thought you were talking like.
No, like real gaming, big money gaming. Which I know sports betting is obviously a larger industry, but
yeah, are you talking like Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, like going, that kind of gaming, like going into the metaverse.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah.
Like people underestimate. And Brian, yes, like ticker RBLX. People underestimate how much money that individuals pay to game online. And okay, so when I say I played Grand Theft Auto, I'm not playing the video game. I'm playing multiplayer online role playing. Like I live in a city, I establish my own character, and I go by, like the whole city goes by real world rules. I mean, that's the only way to it. You're not running around, running and gunning. You're living a real life. You just have an alternate life. Like you have to have a job, you buy houses, and all that stuff. Todd, how much money do you think people pay a month to play games like that? Like an individual, not like just going out and buying a bunch of games, but in a particular game.
I would say it's somewhere between, and I'll just give you a quick how I'm basing my reference on. A few years ago, my kids were all doing Pokemon Go, and we were running around, and so my wife and I got Pokemon accounts, and we were doing this stuff. And one day, Ben's account goes from nothing to like this brilliant, amazing account, and I'm like, "How in the world did you do that?"
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Well, I've spent some money in doing that." I'm like, "Oh, how much did you spend?" Well, it wasn't $20. It wasn't $50. It was over $100, and I about shit myself. I was like, "What the hell?" Like, the whole idea of this was to kind of have some family fun, and you went and spent money and like cheated. He's like, "No, it's not cheating.
It's not.
But to answer the question, I bet you the answer is somewhere the average is like probably $40 to $50 a month.
No way. It's too cheap.
The average is over $50.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my
I
gosh.
spent $700 this last week.
You spent $700 on Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
Here, let me check your forehead. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
I'm telling you.
Sorry, Alana. There goes your college fund.
She's gonna inherit my character one day.
And I do know that people sell their characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's big money. It is big money.
So I have a friend who's in his 50s. He sold a character 30 years ago. He's been a world champion in this, and I can't even tell you what game he's played, but he had a character. This is like 29 years ago. Some guy flew into Detroit, drove to his house, and brought him $10,000 cash to buy his character, and he had to log into the computer. He gave him the password, and the guy changed the password on the spot, gave him the cash, and bought his character, and he left and flew back home.
Mm-hmm.
And to him, I mean, think about that 29 years ago. That was a lot of money for a college kid.
Oh, yeah. Like, do you want me to make y'all feel like shit about y'all's lives? I'm going to make y'all feel like crap right now.
All right, you got 4 minutes.
While y'all are going into work and whatnot, there's a lot of these gamers, and I'm talking about the lower end gamers, but the ones who actually have followings and do it consistently. But the ones who are not like huge yet. You know how much money they're making a day?
Oh,
between $500 to $1,000 a day, playing video games about 4 hours each day.
And people are sending them money, thanking them, appreciating them, gifts.
Them,
yep, tipping them. I have a nephew that's at college. He's on a college gaming team. He has a specialty in a game. I can't tell you the game, but he got between his father's, which is my brother's, the GI Bill, his grades, and this gaming scholarship, his college is paid for, and he effing games as what he wants to do. That's like what he does.
Mm-hmm. There's huge money in it, so that's why like people would think it was crazy that I just like spent $700 this week, within a video game, but it's to establish myself to do other things with it. And there's other people who spend a lot more than that, a lot more, and they make a lot more.
That's your justification.
Yeah,
honey, I didn't spend very much compared to.
So while people there's a lot of people who are not taking all these stocks that deal with like gaming serious, but it's huge. That future is huge, and as the metaverse grows, man, that's going to be the industry. It really is.
Yeah, I'm going to show my age here, but I'm a Centipede Dig Dug guy.
I don't think there's much of a market for people wanting to watch Dig Dug or Centipede.
Oh, dude, put me on the big screen. You'll enjoy watching me play Dig Dug. I'm a legend.
Seems pretty complex, Todd.
So it's so funny. My kids can't play it. They're like, "Yeah, this is stupid." But then you give them a Xbox controller with 2-3 toggles and buttons and like that, and they're like, and I can't. Like Fortnite, they laugh at me when I do the Fortnite. I can't get my guy to run straight without falling over.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll be honest. Like when it comes to gaming, I'm a boomer. I won't lie to y'all. I'm a boomer. I suck at gaming. I personally enjoy it. But there's people out there that like it's impressive how they play. Like.
All right, we're 90 seconds to the start of the market.
Todd, does it matter? No, it don't matter. There's not even a market anymore.
That's not true.
All right, guys. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. Those gaming stocks are going to be what I'm going to start focusing on going into the future. So, yeah, everybody, this week the show sucked because the market sucked. It just wasn't nothing to talk about. And I don't know, maybe we'll have something better next week. We'll see. Other than that, Todd, do you have anything else?
Be safe, be smart. It's Friday. It's a weird market. There's a war going on. We got a president and a Fed chairman that wants to take the joystick and do some funky stuff. So protect your capital. And
the stock market is Jerome Powell's video game. He's like James, $700. Check out this $60 billion today. All right, guys. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Yeah, trade safe, trade smart, and we'll catch y'all next week.